Hi, good people from all around the world. This is Nick, and welcome back to Valheim. In today's video, I'll be showing my reaction and thoughts based on some of the teaser images and designs for the new Ashland update biome area. And this is on Steam. This was a Steam post right here. And we have the new enemy called the bonemaw serpent, which I think is going to be even scarier. The sea is really scary for me because even your most durable boat, the long ship that you have, if you have enough serpents or enough damage, it can get damaged pretty easily. And I can only imagine venturing into the Ashlands and then seeing this thing. And so I'm hoping that they'll have like a flame metal ship, like a metal one that's super durable, or has cannons on it, or some type of defense like ballistas on it. Maybe a boat that has ballistas on it. You might even, I'm not sure if you could even, you might be able to even put a ballista on a boat. I'm not sure. I haven't tried yet. You might be able to. But I love the sprite work of the creature design. It's terrifying. Like, the water is already terrifying enough, but imagine you're trying to find mistlands and then you stumble across this thing. It's awesome. One of the many things I love about Valheim is how atmospheric it is, and it just evokes, like, it really immerses you in the world, and it's very beautiful. I've said before, it kind of reminds me, like, when you're in the Black Forest and stuff like that. It reminds me of, or in the mountain biome, it reminds me of a living Bob Ross painting. Like, it's so beautiful. And then you have these guys, the Charred, and they said they're drawing inspiration from the Grey Dwarfs, how there's different types of Grey Dwarfs and everything, and they're going to do that with this. It's basically skeletons with fire in it, which looks awesome, very Terminator-esque design to it, like that, with the glowing red eyes and everything, really cool looking. I imagine that a Frostner would do really good because Blunt does great against skeletons, and because it's fire, you know, ice and blunt together would probably do really well. The Mistwalker would probably also do well against these, but not probably as good as the Frostner, even though it's a lower tiered weapon, because it's not blunt, it's pierce, which doesn't do quite as well against skeletons. But we'll see how well it goes. But I am excited to see the new biome and how well it turns out. It's going to be really cool, and I'm glad that we're going to get new enemies aside from the Surters. The Surters, one of my main fears with this new Ashland, with these ones, is I've been farming, and I have a land that borders mistlands and Ashlands, and I've been farming Surters there for coal and for those, I can't remember what the name, those red square box things. I can't remember the name at the moment. Circling cores. And so with these new enemies, the Surters might not be there, and it might be harder to. But hopefully these guys drop coal. That would be awesome. If Valheim devs, if you end up watching this, please make them drop coal as well, so you don't have to worry about that. This is a new biome area right here, or one of the designs for a fortress or something that looks pretty cool. The build of the month. I have this next part. This is the woods area of the Ashlands biome at nighttime, which, again, the atmosphere is amazing. It reminds me of the swamp, but if the swamp was set on fire, that's what it reminds me of. My first thought is the way the trees are shaped, and they're dead trees, and they're all gnarled and just arching up like that. You can see the fire coming through the wood, which reminds me of the end of Pirates of the Caribbean, when you can see, when everything's burning down, and you can see the fire from inside the tree itself, which is very, very cool to see. Again, it sets such an atmosphere, the particle effects, everything here. The mood. This is one of the many things that the devs do well in Valheim, is they really set the mood and the setting for where you're at. You can definitely feel it's so immersive and so atmospheric to be in different biomes. You really get a good sense and feel for the area that you're in. And there's also armor that they're going to show. Which this is the light armor version for the new armor, which I'm hoping you can use flameetal with. And of course, as a joke, they had the shorts version. There was another one I saw with chains. I don't know where that is. Here's another good atmospheric one. Look at that. It's like freaking Mustafar, man, from Star Wars or Mordor, where the Mount Doom is, or it has that kind of volcanic, dead area. It looks like there's like this bone that was maybe that's one of the new crafting things. Is this bone, this curved bone part? Maybe that's a new crafting material area for that. That would be awesome. I can't wait to see how the new drops and the new resources factor in with the Galder's table and with the Black Forge and what you can use with that to upgrade your stuff. And it's going to be amazing to see. I think the previous armor that I showed you guys was a light armor version of this, but there's the flameetal version. So it comes in different layers. This is like the most heavy armor layer with the hood and everything. Then there's the next step down, and then there's the one with the chains in it. So I think it's pretty cool. The flameetal design looks pretty cool. So this reminds me of the mask, and it's not exact, but just this upper half part reminds me of Jason Voorhees from Freddy, not Freddy in Space, Jason X, when he's got that metal mask. Just this upper half part, just this bit. But it looks badass and awesome and really cool. And it's going to be cool to have fire weapons, which I'm willing to predict that we're going to have at least, with the theming of this area, you got to have at least one flame-related weapon. There's probably going to be multiple. There's probably going to be a new flame-related bow, or even the repeater. There's probably going to be like a fire sword, which the Eldner was one of the teasers on there. There's a weapon called the Eldner, which is probably a fire-related weapon of some sort. So it's going to be awesome. I'm excited for the Ashlands, preparing for it. I do know eventually I'm going to have to switch worlds because I've been playing on this one world for a while, and I've still managed to make it work, and because there's so much I haven't been to, where I can go to new mistland areas, and some of it's old mistland where it was just cobwebs and just random stuff you can't get, and then it was a mix between that and the new mistlands. I imagine it's probably going to be the same way with the new Ashlands. Like I said, I have that new area with the Mistlands Ashland, which is great for farming because the Surters go after the hares and everything and are great for fighting the Seekers. Not so good on Seeker soldiers or y'all, though. But basic Seekers, they melt right through them, the Surters do. So I imagine there's some flameetal I've been meaning to get in that area to prepare for this update. Because it'll be interesting to see how it changes. I'm probably going to mount at least one of them on the wall to see how it changes once that update happens. But I am so excited to see how this. It is so cool to see the new updates and see Valheim is already amazing as it is, but the fact that it's still a work in progress and they're still working on it, and for years to come, there's going to be probably some new biomes and new areas. There's going to be deep north after this one, I think, and some other updates, and it just keeps getting better and better. It's shaping up to be a really, really amazing survival crafting game, and I'm just so excited. So I hope you guys are too, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye, everybody.